Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir in whispered moments on set, and the images are already igniting the internet. Private exchanges, stolen glances, and an atmosphere thick with tension and tenderness, those early photos from Butterfly Labyrinth have landed like a spark in dry grass. Welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and support the channel so you never miss a heartbeat of this story. Now let's step into the maze. After conquering audiences with Sandokan on Rai 1, Can flies straight into a new whirlwind in Spain, and this time, the intrigue isn't just in the script, it's playing out between him and Demet. Butterfly Labyrinth promises a dramatic, romantic suspense woven from betrayal, loyalty, and a love that keeps finding its way back, and that central thread is already pulling the fandom deeper than anyone expected. The first official glimpses from the set appeared like a flare and spread fast. They show Can in sportswear, short hair, a clean, minimal beard, and a deliberate simplicity that places all the focus on his gaze. A black sweatshirt and relaxed sweatpants, understated, yet magnetic. He looks like a man shedding armor, choosing honesty over flash. Right beside him, Demet matches that energy with a calm confidence, looking as if she and the story have been waiting for one another. She keeps close in the frames, the way a co-star does when chemistry is too undeniable to cloak. In one shot, she adjusts a scarf around his neck between takes, in another, they lean into a quiet laugh that feels unscripted. It's not scandal, just real, palpable warmth that refuses to hide. This is a new kind of challenge for Can. After embodying the legendary Malayan tiger in Sandokan with all its sweeping action and romance, he now steps into a role shaped by psychological intensity. Butterfly Labyrinth pivots towards raw emotion, shadowy loyalties, and a fight to reclaim identity. And Demet is not simply a co-star hovering in his orbit, she's a force pressing into those emotional corners right alongside him. The leaked photos hint at scenes where they move like a single rhythm, their timing so precise that even a pause seems choreographed. Fans who adored their earlier electric synergy immediately recognized the old spark returning in a new language. Butterfly Labyrinth gathers formidable names under one roof. Maria Donati, Andrea Duro, Felix Gomez, Noah Rollin, Michelle Calvo, Leander Vivi, Paco II, Marta Solaz, Victor Clavijo, Antonio Gil, and Jorge Saquet complete an ensemble worthy of the buzz. Directed by Alberto Ruiz Rojo and Inaki Penafai, produced by Eduardo Galdo and Lele Portas for Sequoia Studios, with a story shaped by Angela Oban and Daniel Corpaz, it's a team known for precision and nerve. But it's Can and Demet who are setting the temperature. Insiders whisper that the script's emotional scaffolding was tightened once the two were locked as scene partners, the writers leaning into the palpable tension only they can deliver. On social media, the reaction has been immediate and ravenous. "He looks like a quieter storm," wrote one fan, "they're bringing back the magic," said another. Comments cascade, that simple black sweatshirt, the way Demet tucks her hair behind her ear before they run a scene, how their eye contact freezes time. The noise is loud in Turkey and Italy especially, where Can Sandokan's success built a bridge to a wider audience and where Demet's star power has long resonated. Italian viewers are clamoring for release dates, bloggers are dissecting the shots frame by frame, and Spanish entertainment accounts are predicting a cross-border hit even before the first teaser. The storyline itself deepens the fascination. Can's character, a covert operative marked by a betrayal that gutted his life, is trying to carve out the truth while the ground keeps shifting beneath him. The thriller spine is there, but the heart of the series lives in the emotional knots he can't untie without facing himself, and the person who sees him best. That's where Demet steps in, not as a satellite love interest, but as a gravitational pull. Their scenes, we're told, are less about explosive declarations and more about the quiet devastation of honesty. Every time she challenges him, the camera lingers, trusting the small things, the twitch of a cheekbone, a breath that doesn't land, to tell the story. If Sandokan offered a grand stage for Can's heroic swagger, Butterfly Labyrinth offers a mirror and asks what's left when swagger falls away. Comparisons are inevitable. Sandokan was spectacle and myth, a roar that carried across continents. Butterfly Labyrinth is something else, a maze of human choices, where danger is intimate and trust is the rarest currency. In one, the costume defined the silhouette, in the other, the character strips down to nerve endings. Demet meets him there with a poise that feels almost dangerous in its gentleness. Her presence narrows rooms until there's nowhere to look but into their shared history. On screen and, fans whisper, off it too. The rumor mill hasn't skipped a beat. Are they together again? Is this a rekindling, a slow burn that never really cooled? They offer nothing but professionalism in public, smiling, working, leaving answers in the spaces between words. And still, those images travel farther than any statement could. Behind the scenes, the momentum is relentless. The producers are said to be thrilled with dailies that punch above expectation. Directors Alberto Ruiz Rojo and Inaki Penafai are reportedly leaning into long takes, trusting Can and Demet to carry emotional transitions without heavy edits. It's a gamble only when you don't have actors who can calibrate a story with their eyes. They do. Crew members, careful not to spill too much, hint that pivotal sequences hinge on silence more than dialogue, that the labyrinth is as much inside the characters as in the plot's twists. With a team this meticulously assembled, it's not surprise but confirmation, the series stands ready to travel. From the first snapshots alone, a texture emerges. The wardrobe keeps Can grounded in modern reality, the framing keeps Demet close, as if the lens is choosing to hold them both even when the scene belongs to one. In a break between takes, they move apart and then drift back together like a familiar pattern. There's a moment, only a second, that the fandom can't stop looping. Demet brushes dust off Can's sleeve, glances up, and they laugh in the exact same beat. That is not a scripted laugh, everyone says, and perhaps that's precisely the point. Authenticity sells when it's the real thing. Fan expectations are spiraling in the best way. Forums light up with theories about who betrays whom, about whether their characters will choose truth or safety, about the last moment of the last episode, will it be a kiss or a goodbye? Meanwhile, Italian broadcasters are already eyeing time slots, anticipating that the combination of a proven star and an undeniable partner will draw massive attention. Turkish audiences are just as tuned in, celebrating that Can's international stride still carries the emotional nuance that first made them loyal, and that Demet's aura can shift tone without losing focus. The intersection of their careers has always felt like a magnetic field, now it's bending a whole production around it. Entertainment journalists are just as consumed. Features dig into Can's transformation from swashbuckling icon to introspective agent, into Demet's knack for pulling layered performances out of romantic frameworks that might otherwise play safe. Opinion columns lean into the behind-the-scenes mood, describing an atmosphere of high concentration punctuated by small shared jokes. Some say Butterfly Labyrinth could mark a defining pivot in Can's European trajectory, not because it makes him larger than life, but because it allows him to be painfully, beautifully human, and because Demet meets him there without blinking. Between the director's restrained approach and the writer's willingness to dissect emotional fallout, there's a sense that the project knows exactly what it is. As for broadcast plans, anticipation is mounting. The series is expected to land in Italy, where Sandokan cemented Can's presence and where fans are eager to see a more intimate register. Across Europe, the coupling of a taut thriller with a love story that feels lived-in promises strong word of mouth. And if those early photos are any indicator, the premiere will arrive with an online tidal wave at its back. The synergy is doing what it always does for them, turning curiosity into obsession. Every new image becomes a clue, every glimpse a promise. Through it all, the pair stay focused. They show up, prepare meticulously, and leave the frenzy outside the frame. A rumor here, a headline there, it all washes past the work. That might be the real revelation of Butterfly Labyrinth, the way two actors who know each other's rhythms can create a space where performance and presence become indistinguishable. If Sandokan crowned Can an adventurer to believe in, Butterfly Labyrinth may crown him an artist to trust. And Demet, with that quiet ferocity, stands right beside him, the compass in the maze. Together, they make the premise simple: love is a risk, and so is truth, and sometimes you have to choose both. What do you make of Can's new turn and the onset pulse between him and Demet? Drop your thoughts about those set photos. If you want every update on Butterfly Labyrinth and the moments they share, on screen and around it, subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets and switch on notifications. Like the video if that chemistry has you hooked, share it with fellow fans, and stay close. If the first images already feel discharged, the series itself might be the start of their boldest chapter yet. Happy New Year from Turkish Spotlight Secrets, and get ready, the labyrinth is opening, and they're walking into it together.